intention while I was in dental school was to open up my own practice, probably like most dental students. However, I heard a pitch from a Navy recruiter talking about the benefits of military dentistry. I don't think anybody really goes into the military thinking, first off, anyway, that they want to make a career out of it. I certainly had no intentions to make a career, but the pitch was great. I could sign up for 3 years, save some money, work on speed and skills, have ready access to dental specialists. And I thought, well, you know what? That's going to make me more competitive when I finally do open up my own practice. So I did that. And then I just happened to really enjoy all of the other things that go with it, the military training, the shooting guns, the flying in helicopters, the working with the Marines. And so I extended my hitch, and then I extended again. And I thought, I really like this kind of thing, so I'm going to go ahead and I like traveling around the world, seeing other sites, working with other dental professionals, learning a lot. So I went ahead and did that, and I wound up doing 36 years in the Navy. So I joined the Navy immediately upon graduation, and I wound up doing 36 years in the military. So I thought, if I'm going to stay in this military business for a career, I'm going to explore and participate in every aspect of the Navy. So the Navy supports the Marine Corps as well. I did two different tour assignments with the Marines, working out there in the field, setting up tents out in the field and doing dentistry out there. I've been on two ships. One on the West Coast, one on the East Coast. I did deployments on both of those ships. I happened to be in the first Gulf War, so I was over in the Persian Gulf during Desert Shield and Desert Storm. And then during Desert Storm, I volunteered to be the dentist to do exams, dental exams on the other ships that don't have dental departments. So while we're at sea, they airlifted me via helicopters to the ships. And if the ships were too small, like frigates and destroyers, they actually lowered me by cable down to the ship, and that was in a horse collar, and that's all I was, just hanging there, and being lowered on a from there, and it's just like, whoa, this is really incredible as well. So, we had the state of the art standard dental chairs, equipment, supplies, all of that. However, when you work out in the field or on ships, it is different. You don't have quite the luxuries and even quite the rigid restrictions. When you're working out there in the field and you're in a tent and you set up this portable dental unit and you've got wind blowing and dust blowing, we're still using sterilized instruments and all, but it's just not as clean of an environment. So there is a little bit of a leeway type of thing. Where we uh, don't have to meet quite the OSHA standards, but there's no there's no risk of potential patient harm to patients. We still do the best that we can out there, and of course on the ships, we're well equipped out there. It's just a little unusual to be kind of rocking or swaying a little bit while you're trying to do dentistry. I retired in the year 2020. But I really enjoyed doing dentistry, so I went ahead and got a full-time job with a community health clinic in Central California. Worked there for 3.5 years, and then decided to retire completely. I have a friend who is a CRNA. He does locums, and so he told me about it, and I quickly learned that locums can involve multiple and different specialties. So I looked into it myself, and I thought, yeah, that looks really good. So um, I saw an advertisement for Barton's, and I went ahead and contacted them, and got hooked up with a recruiter right away. Maritza Colon is her name, and she's been outstanding, just so great in keeping in touch with me, keeping me well informed on prospective positions, and I just really enjoy the working for a short period of time, taking a break, and then when the itch comes back, doing it again. Actually, it was in 2023 with IHS, so the Indian Health Service, and I did routine dental procedures. Uh, they didn't want me getting involved in any crowns or long-term type of situations just because I was could be leaving. The interesting thing there, though, was I worked there like early September of 2023. Uh, had an assignment there for a couple months, and it was supposed to leave. Uh, but an ice storm. We had really bad winter ice storm here where I live in Eugene, Oregon. I couldn't get back, and every time I tried to get back, I'd finished my assignment there. Tried to get back here, I couldn't. So I talked to Marissa and I said, "Hey, they still have a need out here. You want me to stick around? And I can't get home anyway. I'll be glad to stick around even longer." And she said that we have a need just down the road. Since I couldn't get home, I took that assignment and I worked at that clinic and finally got home in January, I think. So, well, it was supposed to be a short term, a semi short term thing. I wound up me being in Oklahoma for about 4 months or so. I've told people at the clinics that I've been assigned to, I go, this is like a perfect fit. I I've moved around to different places, so I don't have to be in the same place every day where I have to have everything a certain way. Um, I can work with what the clinic has, um, and working with different patients uh, and different staff. It's with my history in the Navy and having to work with different people, never the same people that I've worked with, 20 years in a row, like in private practice. I've been able to feel very comfortable with different things and abrupt changes that can happen because I can roll with it because that's all I've done. So locums is exactly that. And I found that my Navy and Marine Corps patients were very appreciative of the work that I've done um, and that the dentistry that I give. And I've noticed the same thing in the more difficult to access healthcare patients that at the clinics that I've been assigned to. They're very appreciative. They're not demanding. They don't feel entitled, and uppity or snobby. And it's parallel. It's pretty much the same thing. Only my first set of patients wore a uniform, and the present ones don't. I found that everybody can be very helpful. Once I've accepted an assignment, the travel team contacts me right away. Uh, ask that they look for the nearest airport to fly me into. We talk about rental cars and all that. The credentialing is very good at saying, "Oh, you're up to date on this. You're up to date on that. Oh, your CPR needs to be renewed or it's going to expire pretty soon." So they keep me informed with that, and they just make sure that I have it. Everything is, and then once the documents are written, they send them to me electronically. I sign them electronically and get them back to everybody. Everything is in a very timely manner. I would just like to say that I've never worked with another locum tenens group or company, so I can't compare Barton's with anybody else. But it's hard for me to imagine a better company to work with because I've just found everybody to be so accommodating, and I really feel, I sincerely feel that a genuine effort is made to make sure that we locum tenens providers uh, are given everything we need to succeed, and that our travel to and from and our stay there will be pleasant, so that we can do it again.